Alaska is as big as 2/3 of the rest of the United States. A sport fisherman could spend decades traveling the state and never hit the same fishing hole twice. But if you don't have that long a vacation, one way to see the state is to take to the air with one of the many flight services at Anchorage's Lake Hood. Expert bush pilots like Craig Ketchum can take a fisherman over incredible amounts of country in just a few hours.
Typically on our one-day best fishing day, it's exactly that. It means we go wherever the best fishing is for that day. It may be down at a stream where there's red salmon, or it may be pike fishing.
One of the added bonuses to fly-in fishing is flight seeing. You can't take a flight anywhere in Alaska without being impressed. And one of the most impressive sights is majestic Mount McKinley. But if the highest mountain in North America doesn't impress the sportsman, landing on a remote wilderness lake will. Dropping out of the sky in a fixed-wing bird, you marvel at the calm assurance of experienced pilots like Craig, who can beach a 2.5-ton float plane as easily as if it were a 2-foot rowboat.
I'm here. Oh, hi, Craig. Hey, see all the red salmon?
But even in the middle of nature's isolated wonder, there are still the fundamentals to take care of, like lunch.
Yeah. God, I tell you, they put a lot of junk in here.
What are we going to do this afternoon?
Well, I thought we'd pump up our rubber boats here and take the little boat motor and troll down here at the end of the lake where the stream exits and see if we can find if there's any pike there. They're not great big fish, but they're really sort of a prehistoric fish. They live practically in any conditions, you know.
I've seen pictures of those things. They're pretty ugly.
That's here. I look a lot like your mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law.
Unlike most in-laws, Craig found the pike scarce. Although most lakes and rivers in the North Country are known to be the best fishing areas in the world, the fish don't always cooperate. So sometimes the best strategy is to try a different lake. Even if an angler doesn't land a lunker on every cast, with a float plane, a sportsman is free to pack it up and take advantage of thousands of fishing hotspots. Within minutes, an angler can be back in the water with a fresh start at a totally different fishing hole.
I almost busted my glasses, the dang thing.
Can it break?
How many pound tests you have on here?
Well, we're trying to be sportsmen. There's only about 8-pound test on it.
Hey, now look. I don't want to be a sportsman. I want industrial fishing here. I want industrial 30-pound test on here for a 10-pound fish.
How long have you been fishing?
About 10 minutes.
A lot of times this happens. You'll have 2 fishermen, 3 fishermen, and everyone will have a fish on all at once. And that's when it's really fun.
Hey, we got a double header here, 2 of us. Hey!
Yeah.
I thought you said you weren't strong enough to bring another one in. Is he getting weak? Is he getting tired?
Weakening.
I'm getting weak.
Newcomers to the sport sometimes find inventive ways to handle the rod and reel.
He's tiring.
So am I. So am I.
Almost as fast as you are. Don't lose that fish.
Oh,
This is a good fish here.
Come to Papa. Come to Papa.
This salmon-shaped torpedo packs a wallop that first-time anglers can't help but be impressed with.
Get back here. Look at that. He's a crazy one.
Big male there, I think, isn't it?
About time to net him, huh?
yeah.
Okay. Hope he doesn't get away. Oh, he's too big. Oh, no.
Remember, Craig, 2 hands for beginners.
Got him.
He was almost too big for the net.
Oh, look at that. The line broke just in time.
Craig likes to give a novice angler a chance to meet their combatant face to fin.
That's what you call a sockeye.
Yeah.
Boy, that was huge. Tear your arm off?
You just hold him there. Hold him into the water there, I think, for a while.
Late in the fishing season, anglers usually release their sockeye catches.
There he goes. Very nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, the second feature is heating up. This outdoorsman still has a handful at the end of his straining line.
He's still pulling on me. Craig? This
Yes.
is about ready. Why don't you come over and do my dirty work for me and net this one, huh?
Here I come.
I catch him, you net him.
Okay. That's a good one.
Here he is. Here he is.
Ready?
Right there. Yep.
Underneath there.
Come on, baby.
Hey, got it.
Nearing the end of its spawning season, the sockeye turns a bright red, frequently even a spectacular, brilliant crimson, while their heads remain a dark green. The males also develop a humped back and a sharply hooked nose.
Probably just a seal bite or a scar or something. They'll never forget the day they came to Alaska and caught each head of fish on the same time, had never fished before in their lives.
You know what I'll remember more than that, Craig? It's just the experience of being with you.
Being with friends, experiencing the awesome beauty of Alaska's wilderness, and catching your first fish. All in all, not a bad day. Lazy afternoon, after a day of fresh air and adventure in the Alaska outdoors, there's only one thing that will get everyone moving again.
It's supper.
You can dine in gourmet hotspots from New York to Paris, but a meal in Alaska can compete with the best of them. Like everything else in Alaska, eating comes on a grand scale. Food comes as hearty as the mountains are tall, and as wholesome as nature herself. Whether it's from a kitchen or a campfire, a barbecue or a box, Alaska cooking gives the word gourmet a new meaning. Imported delicacies like Maine lobster and steak are prepared along with the fantastic fresh fish Alaska is famous for. There's chicken, homegrown strawberries, egg salad, and everything else, from moose meat hot dogs to a full-scale turkey dinner. The places to eat are as varied as the food, whether it's a lodge dining room, a lake, or a riverside cookout, a patio picnic, or a mountaintop snack bar. Something about Alaska makes eating fun. When the food's this great, what more fun is there than sipping, licking, chewing, biting, crunching, savoring, plucking, chomping, mugging, chuckling, puckering, or howling? No, there's nothing like a hearty, friendly meal to bring people together, calm their souls, and show them the meaning of sharing, or teach the meaning of stealing. The outdoors seems to stimulate the appetite, to bring out the wolfhound in all of us. We eat as if we'll never eat again, but we savor the companionship it brings. Food brings us together and allows us to end the day with the sweet sounds of satisfaction. Apologies are in order to a noble beast. To make amends, we dedicate this next segment of our show to the grandest creature of the North. In the Alaska outdoors, wildlife is plentiful and varied, but too often elusive and distant. Once in a while, however, you may have an unexpectedly close encounter with the most awesome and respected creature of the North.
A sow and her cub. And here they are walking out onto the tide flat. Matter of fact, there she is right there.
Most experts and guides agree that the Kodiak, brown, and grizzly bear are all the same species. If found on Kodiak Island, it's a Kodiak. On the coast, it's a brown. And if found in the interior, it's a grizzly. The bear counts both river and forest as his home, and no other beast can successfully challenge him on his turf. But despite his strength, the brown bear is really a rather shy creature. Accounts of bear actually attacking a human are rare, but when it happens, the results are often tragic. Even seasoned bear watchers say they're never sure what a bear will do when confronted with humans. The bear may attack, it may bluff, or it may just turn and flee. But one thing's for sure, if a bear wants food, it'll get it. Bear have been known to break into a log cabin and destroy everything. It can rip open a metal can with its teeth or shatter a chest of drawers with one slap of its huge paw. But out on a river without protection or shelter, a man and a bear may come face to face, competing for the same prize. Is this bravery or nerve? By nature, a bear is attracted by the flopping of a fish on water.
If she decides to go the other way, I'll be happy and I'll land this fish. But if she comes this way, I'm heading for the airplane.
The more successful a fisherman is, the closer he's got to watch the hungry marauder nearby. The salmon is his catch now, but he could be the bear's in an instant.
Perfect.
But most people don't test the nature of an Alaska brown bear in such a raw form. They're content to admire from a distance. And for a creature that can stand over 10 feet tall and weigh over half a ton, that seems like the best way.